Okay, so welcome to another video. This is Boris. I've recorded this video, but there was something wrong, so I had to re-record it. So we're going to be drawing Winnie the Pooh with this version here. So I'm going to first break down into basic shapes and sort of block what we will bring to the canvas. So as we have seen, like in previous Dumbo video, like this cranial mass actually takes more and more space depending on how childish you want to make the character look. So you have the ball here, and then just quickly like looking at the big shapes without going into detail. So this is to explain that how I see this and how I would approach it. So these are the basic shapes that I will block in first before I go into the details. Okay, so done that. So if I remove the image, the reference image, we are left with this, right? So this is what's going to be our the grid that we're going to be working with. So let me start with the penciling. So let's start with as usual, the circle. So I just have to make sure that I get the size right, because the size of the head, and that's the reason I start with the head for the characters. The size of the head will determine the proportion of the rest of the body as well as the composition, because then I have to make sure that I'll get the full character into the frame or into the space I'm trying to draw. So trying to capture those pudgy features. So I try to be loose at this stage, and also I try to not to worry too much about my drawing looking exactly like the reference, because then I feel like that's when I lose the fun in drawing, and I think that's a bad sign that you shouldn't do that. But instead, as long as we get the action in, the energy, the joy that the character is showing in the picture, I think that's fine. I went a little bit, jumped on a little bit and added some details, but let me block in the shapes first. So in the recent videos, what I've decided to do is to not only leave the drawing with just the penciling, because it is meant to be loose and it is meant to be like messy, but just inking it makes the drawing look way better, and it's makes it look closer to the versions, like the reference image, but also the version that we are faced with, right? So especially the cartoon characters, even in the animation there are animators, and then there is a cleanup crew that cleans up the lines so that we can see clean lines on the screen. So I think it's worth taking the time to ink to have a clean drawing at the end. So I think I have enough details for me to go ahead with inking. So here, as opposed to the penciling process, here I have to be a little bit more precise in my gestures. If I was doing this in traditionally, of course, I would have to use a whiteout. I wouldn't be able to do that, and which is why I love digital, linking digitally or coloring digitally. And it's also an opportunity to correct. So here I just moved the leg up a bit. So for the eye, leaving that little bit of space to create the illusion of highlight. So now let's remove our pencils to reveal the ink. So we have a clear idea of or a better idea of what our final image will be. So just missing this cheek again, like smallest line can change the tone of the picture. And that's the cute version of Winnie the Pooh. So again, I would like to thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please leave in the comment section below. And this is Boris for Sketchman Draws, signing off.